The news broke like a thunderclap on a clear day, sending shockwaves through every corner of the globe. It was the kind of headline that made people stop in their tracks, eyes wide, hearts pounding, as they tried to process what they were seeing. For a moment, the world seemed to hold its breath. Filipino educators, once deemed outdated, stun world with Global Innovation Award. The words flashed across screens and newspapers, echoing in classrooms and homes, igniting a sense of pride and disbelief in equal measure. The story spread rapidly, leaping from one social media feed to another, flipping the usual narrative of struggle into one of triumph. In a matter of hours, it became the talk of the town, the subject of dinner conversations, and the spark for countless online debates. For years, international experts had dismissed Filipino teachers as relics of the past, their voices drowned out by louder, more privileged ones. They were often overlooked, their methods underestimated, their potential ignored. Overcrowded classrooms, outdated tools, and limited technology were all they saw. The world saw only the surface, the peeling paint, the battered textbooks, the lack of computers and projectors. But this award was different, a prestigious global recognition for true innovation. It wasn't about shiny gadgets or expensive resources, it was about creativity, heart, and the ability to inspire against all odds. Judges from around the world were unanimous. These teachers had achieved something extraordinary. Their decision was swift, their applause genuine, their respect hard-earned. Their methods revealed a magic that technology couldn't replicate and money couldn't buy. With little more than chalk, recycled materials, and boundless imagination, they turned every lesson into an adventure, every challenge into a chance to grow. The world was forced to reconsider everything it thought it knew. Suddenly, the Philippines was at the center of global conversations about education, innovation, and resilience. This story doesn't begin in a fancy conference hall, but in humble, dusty classrooms across the Philippines. It starts with teachers who refused to give up, even when the odds were stacked against them. It's a story of resilience, teachers turning challenges into opportunities for creativity. When resources ran out, they made their own. When classrooms overflowed, they found new ways to reach every child. Typhoons, poverty, and hardship didn't stop them. They showed up every day, prepared and hopeful. Rain or shine, disaster or calm, they stood as pillars of strength for their students, believing in the power of education to change lives. For these teachers, education was the only way forward. It was more than a job. It was a calling, a mission to lift up the next generation and give them the tools to dream bigger. The award was the world finally catching up to a truth Filipino teachers had always known, that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, and that hope can thrive even in the harshest conditions. Suddenly the world wanted to know, who were these teachers? What had they done? How had they managed to achieve so much with so little? Reporters flocked to their schools, eager to uncover the secret behind their success. Their story became a beacon of hope for under-resourced schools everywhere. It proved that innovation isn't about having the best tools, but about having the courage to try, the heart to care, and the vision to see possibility where others see only limitation. For years, skepticism surrounded Filipino teachers, casting a long shadow over their dedication and hard work. Observers saw crowded classrooms, worn-out books, and chalkboards instead of digital screens. To many, these images became symbols of a system left behind by progress. The whispers grew louder. People said the system was outdated, the teachers behind the times, unable to keep up with the demands of a changing world. These doubts seeped into the national psyche, making teaching seem like a fallback career, a last resort for those who had no other options. Teachers felt the weight of these perceptions, working tirelessly with little recognition, often sacrificing their own time and resources for their students. Critics missed the artistry behind traditional methods, songs to memorize history, stories to explain science. These were not just old habits, but creative ways to make learning come alive. Resourcefulness was mistaken for being old-fashioned. Yet, every improvised lesson, every repurposed supply, was a testament to their ingenuity and commitment. Teachers weren't teaching for rankings or recognition. They were changing lives, one student at a time, offering guidance and hope where it was needed most. They planted seeds of hope in the toughest conditions, nurturing dreams in places where resources were scarce but determination was abundant. The world saw a system struggling to catch up, but missed the quiet revolution happening in every classroom, where passion and perseverance were rewriting the story of education. Filipino teachers relied on passion, not technology, to reach their students. They found ways to inspire curiosity and wonder, even without the latest gadgets. They refused to be defined by limitations, choosing instead to rise above them, collaborating and supporting each other to overcome every obstacle. A revolution was underway, one classroom at a time. In every lesson, every smile, and every breakthrough, Filipino teachers were quietly transforming the future. In the misty highlands of the Cordilleras, Maria rises before dawn, lacing her shoes and preparing for a journey that will take her across winding mountain trails. She treks for hours, her footsteps echoing through the quiet valleys, just to reach her bamboo-walled classroom nestled in a remote village. Each day her determination is tested by steep paths and unpredictable weather, but her resolve never wavers. Maria doesn't just bring lessons, she brings nourishment, carrying food for her hungry students. In a world where technology is scarce, she teaches by heart, not by gadget, using stories, songs, and her own creativity to spark curiosity and hope in her students' eyes. Meanwhile, in the bustling city of Manila, Mr. Reyes transforms everyday objects into learning tools. He turns discarded plastic bottles into science experiments, showing his students that innovation can thrive even with limited resources. The schoolyard becomes a living physics lab, where imagination and resourcefulness are the main ingredients. His students excel, not because of expensive equipment, but because their curiosity is constantly ignited. They prove that the best tool in any classroom is a questioning mind and a teacher who believes in them. After a devastating typhoon, teacher Anna refuses to let disaster halt her students' education. She gathers her class under the shade of a mango tree, using charcoal and driftwood as her blackboard. The open air becomes their classroom, and every lesson is a testament to their resilience. Anna teaches more than reading and writing. She teaches her students how to turn adversity into strength, showing them that learning can continue no matter the circumstances. These stories aren't rare, they're the daily reality for thousands of Filipino teachers across the country, from the most remote villages to the busiest cities. They become second parents, counselors, and community leaders, offering guidance and comfort far beyond the classroom walls. On weekends, their work continues. Teachers visit students' homes, checking on their well-being, and organize community programs that bring families together, strengthening the bonds that hold communities together. Their dedication stretches long after the school bell rings. Lesson plans are crafted late into the night, and help is always available for students who need extra support. For these teachers, teaching is more than a job. It's a sacred vow, a panada to serve and uplift every child entrusted to their care. It's a promise to nurture every child, to plant seeds of knowledge and kindness, and to help build a better, brighter future for all. Their dedication can't be measured by statistics or test scores. It's seen in the quiet moments, the thoughtful glances, and the dreams they inspire. They are the heart of their communities, the steady hands guiding the next generation, and the silent heroes shaping the nation's future. Every lesson they teach is an act of hope, a small light that together illuminates the path forward for us all. Scarcity forced Filipino teachers to innovate. Classrooms became labs of ingenuity, where lack of resources sparked creativity. Discarded bottles became solar system models. Old newspapers turned into globes. One award-winning project, Trash to Treasure, taught math, science, and entrepreneurship through recycling. Students learned by solving real community problems. In areas without internet, teachers taught coding logic using human programming. Students as bots, paper as code. Judges were amazed digital skills, taught without computers. Shadow puppetry brought literature to life, using only flashlights and cardboard. These methods, born from necessity, created richer, more memorable learning than many high-tech alternatives. The quality of education wasn't about budget, but about passion and creativity. Filipino teachers proved that innovation thrives in adversity. Their classrooms were proof that imagination is the most powerful tool. Filipino teachers' roles extend far beyond teaching. They notice when a child is hungry or struggling at home. Teachers organize feeding programs, often using their own money. They act as counselors, community leaders, and trusted guides. In remote areas, teachers are the community's link to the outside world. They help with paperwork, health initiatives, and more. The award committee saw that these projects transformed entire communities, not just classrooms. Trash to Treasure cleaned up neighborhoods and created new income sources. Human programming built teamwork and confidence. The impact rippled far beyond test scores. Filipino teachers reminded the world education is a deeply human endeavor. The award ceremony in Geneva was filled with anticipation. When the Filipino teachers were announced as winners, the room erupted in applause. On stage, they wore traditional attire, their pride unmistakable. Mrs. Santos, leader of the Human Programming Project, spoke not of metrics, but of her students' dreams and resilience. She shared stories of learning under mango trees and finding value in what others discarded. Her words moved the audience to a standing ovation. The award was more than a trophy. It was global validation. The old narrative of the outdated Filipino teacher was shattered. International media now clamored to share their story. Educators worldwide began to ask, what can we learn from the Philippines? The perception had shifted. Filipino teachers were now seen as world-class innovators. The world finally saw their greatness. The award sparked a wave of national pride across the Philippines. Teachers became heroes, their faces celebrated everywhere. The victory inspired real change. New teaching methods were adopted nationwide. Trash to treasure and human programming became part of teacher training. Policymakers shifted focus to teacher development and grassroots innovation. Enrollment in teaching colleges surged as young people saw teaching as a heroic profession. The award made teaching cool again, attracting passionate new educators. The nation stood taller, united in pride. Corporations and communities launched programs to support teachers. The ripple effect touched every corner of society. Celebrating success proved as transformative as fixing problems. The teacher's triumph became a source of light for the whole nation. The journey from skepticism to celebration was long, but the reward was sweet. The award forced a global reevaluation of what makes a teacher effective. Filipino teachers showed that true education is measured by the growth of the human spirit. The celebration wasn't just about winning, it was about earning overdue respect. The shift challenged the very definition of modern education. Resourcefulness, empathy, and community are timeless teaching values. Filipino teachers weren't behind. They were ahead of the curve. The recognition lifted the weight of being undervalued. Teachers gained a louder voice and a platform to share their insights. The world realized Filipino teachers were always masters of adaptation and connection. The award didn't make them great, it revealed the greatness that was always there. The celebration was a global standing ovation. This story isn't just about an award, it's about a timeless truth. Filipino teachers embody resilience, service, and love that transcend trends. They are the keepers of culture and the builders of the future. Their methods may be traditional, but their impact is revolutionary. They teach character, not just curriculum. They prepare students for life, not just exams. Their light never dims, even in the face of adversity. They are the architects of a brighter tomorrow. The world's recognition is a lesson. Invest in people, not just technology. Filipino teachers prove that passion and connection are the heart of learning. They are a model for every nation. Let us honor them as the heroes they are. They are, and always will be, the heartbeat of their country.